TV soap news and spoilers say that the sun dipped below the horizon, casting an ominous shadow over the sprawling estate at the heart of Beyond the Gates, where secrets fester like wounds and every whispered conversation carries the weight of betrayal. On August 26, 2025, the air was thick with dread, as the lives of the characters we've come to know and love, or loathe, spiraled into chaos. If you missed today's electrifying episode, brace yourself for a recap that will plunge you into the raw emotion, fractured relationships, and unrelenting tension that defined this unforgettable chapter. From a missing daughter to a hostage crisis teetering on the edge of catastrophe, the stakes have never been higher. Let's dive into the heart of the drama, where every moment pulses with anguish and uncertainty. A family fractured, the disappearance of Chelsea. At the center of today's episode is a parent's worst nightmare. Chelsea, the vibrant, ambitious young woman who has captured the hearts of viewers, is missing. The void left by her absence is a gaping wound in the lives of her parents, Bill and Danny, whose once fractured marriage is now being tested in ways they never imagined. The couple, long estranged by years of unspoken resentments and competing ambitions, find themselves drawn together by a shared desperation to find their daughter. The camera lingers on Danny's tear-streaked face, her eyes hollow with fear, as she clutches Bill's arm, her voice trembling but resolute. "You're the strongest man I know, Bill," she whispers, her words both a plea and a command. "Use every ounce of that power to bring our girl home." Bill, a man whose towering presence and iron will have long defined him in the cutthroat world of Beyond the Gates, is visibly shaken. His usual composure, the carefully constructed mask of control, cracks under the weight of his daughter's disappearance. The audience sees a rare vulnerability in Bill as he nods, his jaw tight, promising Danny that he'll move heaven and earth to find Chelsea. Their shared grief becomes a bridge, mending, at least temporarily, the chasm that has separated them for so long. The scene is a masterclass in emotional storytelling, with the cinematography capturing every flicker of pain in their eyes, every hesitant touch that speaks of a love that never truly died. But this tender moment of reconciliation is not without its complications. Enter Andre, the enigmatic newcomer who has been steadily weaving himself into Danny's life. With his easy charm and quiet strength, Andre has become a confidant to Danny in recent weeks, a shoulder to lean on as her marriage to Bill crumbled under the weight of old wounds. Yet, in a twist that sends shockwaves through the narrative, Andre stumbles upon this intimate exchange between Danny and Bill. Hidden in the shadows of the estate's grand library, he watches as Danny's hand lingers on Bill's arm, their foreheads nearly touching as they share a moment of raw, unspoken connection. The camera pans to Andre's face, and the betrayal etched there is palpable. His eyes darken, his fists clench, and the air around him seems to crackle with suppressed rage. What will Andre do with this knowledge? The question hangs like a storm cloud over the episode. Will he confront Danny, demanding answers about where his place in her life truly lies? Or will he retreat into silence, letting his hurt fester into something more dangerous? Andre's character has always been a wild card, his motives shrouded in mystery, and this moment marks a turning point. The audience is left to wonder whether his feelings for Danny are genuine or if there's a deeper agenda at play. As the episode cuts to black on his conflicted expression, one thing is clear. Andre's next move will ripple through the lives of everyone at Beyond the Gates. A hostage crisis unfolds, Chelsea's peril. While Bill and Danny grapple with their fear and Andre wrestles with his wounded pride, the true horror of Chelsea's fate unfolds in a dimly lit room far from the opulent halls of the estate. Chelsea, alive but far from safe, is locked in a claustrophobic space, her wrists raw from struggling against her restraints. The room is stark, its walls peeling, a stark contrast to the luxury she's accustomed to. The camera lingers on her face, defiant yet terrified, as she paces the small space, her breath hitching with every creak of the floorboards outside. The tension is almost unbearable, each sound amplified to heighten the viewer's anxiety. Where is she? Who is behind this? And why? The answer comes in the form of Allison, the cunning and volatile figure whose explosive confrontation with Chelsea in Monday's episode set the stage for this nightmare. Allison's entrance into the room is nothing short of cinematic. She sweeps in like a predator, her eyes glinting with a mix of rage and satisfaction. The argument that erupted between them on Monday, a fiery clash over long-buried secrets and betrayals, has clearly escalated to a dangerous new level. Allison's motives remain shrouded in ambiguity, but her actions speak volumes. She's not just holding Chelsea captive, she's orchestrating a game of power, one that threatens to unravel the entire family. The dialogue between Chelsea and Allison is razor-sharp, each word dripping with venom. Chelsea, despite her fear, refuses to cower. "You think you can break me," she spits, her voice trembling but defiant. "You don't know who you're dealing with." Allison's response is a chilling smile, her words laced with menace. "Oh, Chelsea, I know exactly who you are. And that's why you're here." The exchange is a masterstroke of writing, revealing just enough to keep viewers on edge while leaving critical questions unanswered. What does Allison want? Revenge? Leverage? Or something far more sinister? The camera zooms in on Chelsea's face as Allison leaves, slamming the door behind her, and the sound echoes like a gunshot, sealing Chelsea's fate, at least for now. A family on the brink. Back at the estate, the ripple effects of Chelsea's disappearance are tearing through the family like wildfire. The once stately halls are now a battleground of raw emotion, where every glance and whispered word carries the weight of suspicion and fear. Madison, Chelsea's younger sister, is a portrait of anguish. Her usual vibrancy is gone, replaced by a nervous energy that leaves her trembling, unable to sit still. The camera captures her pacing the drawing room, her hands twisting together as she mutters, "This can't be happening. Not Chelsea. Not now." Madison's fragility is a stark reminder of how deeply this crisis has shaken the family's foundation, and her scenes are a heartbreaking counterpoint to the more stoic resolve of her parents. Anita, Vernon, and Kat, meanwhile, are done waiting for answers. The trio, each a force in their own right, have shed their usual restraint and are ready to take matters into their own hands. Anita, the family matriarch, is a storm of controlled fury, her sharp mind already piecing together a plan to track down Chelsea's captor. Vernon, ever the pragmatist, is on the phone, barking orders to private investigators and security teams, his voice a low growl of determination. But it's Kat who steals the spotlight in these scenes, her passion and desperation electrifying every frame. Kat and Chelsea are more than cousins, they're soulmates, bound by a friendship that has weathered countless storms. The launch of their joint venture, the Chelsea Kat brand, was supposed to be their crowning achievement, a celebration of their shared vision and unbreakable bond. The episode flashes back to a moment of joy, Kat and Chelsea laughing together as they finalized designs for their brand, their excitement infectious. Now, with Chelsea gone, that dream lies in tatters, and Kat is a woman possessed. "I don't care what it takes," she declares, her voice breaking as she addresses the family. "I'm getting her back. Chelsea's not just my cousin, she's my heart." The raw emotion in Kat's words, coupled with her fierce determination, makes her the emotional anchor of the episode, a beacon of hope in a sea of despair. Tensions rising, bonds breaking. As the episode unfolds, the tension at Beyond the Gates becomes almost palpable. The family is a powder keg, each member grappling with their own fears and suspicions. Who can they trust? Is Allison acting alone, or is there a larger conspiracy at play? The estate itself seems to pulse with secrets, its grand architecture a silent witness to the drama unfolding within its walls. The cinematography amplifies this sense of unease, with tight close-ups and shadowy lighting that make every scene feel like it's teetering on the edge of catastrophe. For Bill and Danny, the search for Chelsea is a crucible, forging a fragile new connection even as it threatens to unravel their carefully constructed lives. Andre's discovery of their moment together adds a layer of complexity, raising questions about loyalty and love that will undoubtedly shape the episodes to come. Meanwhile, Chelsea's captivity is a ticking time bomb, her fate hanging in the balance as Allison's cryptic motives keep viewers guessing. And through it all, Kat's fierce determination serves as a rallying cry, a reminder that hope, however faint, still burns in the hearts of those who love Chelsea most. A cliffhanger to end all cliffhangers. As the episode draws to a close, the camera pulls back to reveal the estate at night, its windows glowing like eyes in the darkness. The final moments are a montage of anguish and resolve, Bill and Danny poring over maps and phone records, Madison curled up in a corner, sobbing softly, and Kat standing at the edge of the estate's grounds, staring into the night as if she can will Chelsea back to safety. The screen fades to black, but not before a single, chilling sound pierces the silence, a faint scream, unmistakably Chelsea's, echoing from an unknown location. Beyond the Gates has always been a masterclass in soap opera storytelling, but this episode elevates the genre to new heights. The combination of raw emotion, intricate relationships, and unrelenting suspense makes August 26, 2025, a day that will linger in viewers' minds long after the credits roll. If you missed this heart-pounding chapter, our recap video is your lifeline to the drama. Watch it now to catch every pulse-pounding moment. And as the search for Chelsea intensifies, one thing is certain, at Beyond the Gates, no one is safe, and nothing is as it seems. What will happen next? Will Bill and Danny's renewed bond survive the strain of Andre's jealousy? Can Kat's fierce determination bring Chelsea home, or will Allison's schemes prove too formidable? We hope you enjoyed it and look forward to sharing more with you in the future. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. TV soap news and spoilers for more updates on Beyond the Gates.